Assalamualaikum everyone.
Hello sir. Good morning.
Good morning. कैसे हैं आप लोग सब खैरियत से?
बस सब दोस्त.
How was your yesterday event? कैसा आप लोग का event?
हमारा कौन सा इवेंट बस वो छुट्टी थी.
Agent Force was
इधर
all
उधर बस
yesterday.
निकले थे. Sorry.
Agent Force एक event था वो कल था आप लोग का I believe.
नहीं नेक्स्ट वीक.
Next week. Okay.
कल तो ऑफ था ना.
सही. Exactly हाँ. रब्बी अव्वल की वजह से.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
Sorry I think इमरान ने request करी थी last time कि slide share करनी है. So I was assuming कि today मेरा last session है so then I will share all three session slides together ना group के
कोई
अंदर.
मसला नहीं. हमारे पास मेरे ख्याल में पाकिस्तान कम्युनिटी से भी बाहर के लोग हैं. हाय अशोक, हाउ आर यू? अशोक, कैन यू हियर?
Hi Ashok, can you hear us?
We can't hear you अशोक. कोई मसला नहीं अशोक. You can adjust your mic and you can revert back again. कोई मसला नहीं. Ashok, maybe you can try a different browser because we can't hear you. This happens to me sometimes, but I think you can change the browser.
I think let's wait for 3 minutes more and then we can start.
Okay, sure. Yes, absolutely.
Meanwhile, let me finish my tea. So everyone
Sure,
is
sure.
joined. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, yes, we can as well.
And my screen also visible, right?
Yes, absolutely.
With the pointer.
Yes.
Okay, so I think let's begin. We have wait for 5 minutes. Those who join, they have recording and everything, so they can refer it. So if you could start recording, I think it's already begin. But if just cross check the recording is started.
Yes, the recording is started. You can start.
So thanks everyone for again joining the third session. So basically, the aim is to and thanks for like a team member community who designed this marketing cloud course, because the way we have designed it's first we need to cover a basic and concepts and for the knowledge and flavors of marketing cloud, and then there is also a more hand on a session aligned with Asadullah who can continue from next sessions. So today's I believe in my last session if I cover all the topics. So there are three session I have designed. So let me recap what we have discussed in last two sessions, and then I can start it the third one. So from the first and second session, we first understand what is marketing cloud, what are the other platforms marketing cloud is available, and why we use Salesforce marketing cloud. So we discuss about these concepts. After that, we discuss about what are the marketing clouds, what are the marketing tools Salesforce offers, because there are multiple tools available, and we focusing only for marketing cloud SFMC, which is for B2C. So we discuss about the B2C like modules, what are the modules is available in marketing cloud, how we can basically set up a marketing cloud instance, because without basic setup you cannot proceed with the development. So if I talk about any one of you is a marketing cloud developer, so you just start working on the building the email template and journeys and so on. But if you are solution engineer or solution architect, so your goal is to design the solution from start till end. So in order to design the solutions, you must have the flavor or understanding of the basic understanding or basic configurations. Without basic configuration, you cannot do anything. Because some of the time when you started working on marketing cloud instance, the basic cloud is already configured. You just need to build a template, personalizations, and build the journeys. So we discuss about in depth how we can do the configurations. Like we first discuss about the SAP, which is sender authentication package in our last sessions. We discuss about from email address, sender profile. We also discuss about the concept for the parameters, which we call UTM source, UTM medium, UTM channel. We talk about in depth, and I give you the example also. So we cover all these basic concepts, and if you guys have any doubts, anything, you can reach out to me over the group also, and I can share the PPT. So at least you have some sort of flavors PPT if you're stuck anywhere, so you can easily get it. So now today is 7th of September, and our agenda is to discuss about data management, email studio, journey builder, IP warming and deliverability. It's also a concept that's really important. You guys need to understand seedless concept and can spam compliance. So these three topic actually it's our previous topic from the second session that we haven't covered it. So I gonna discuss about these three today, and then we discuss about three this session for today's training session. So let's just quickly jump about the data management part. So if you guys remember, or you can refer to the previous session slides. So in Marketing Cloud, we have a different modules like Email Studio, Journey Builder, Content Builder, right? So here we have a data management. So at top, you see when you log into the Marketing Cloud instance, you see the option is data management. And when you click on data management, like a contact builder, the name is contact builder. These are the options appear. Okay. So the main concept is data source. So data source is a platform where you can sync CRM to marketing cloud. So first establish, which we cover in our last slide or maybe first session, we need to install marketing cloud connect through there is a standard application available. If you google it, Salesforce marketing cloud connect, you install that package is installed in your CRM instance, and then you do all the configurations and it's connect with marketing cloud. When it's connected in marketing cloud, you need to open contact builder. Under the contact builder you have options data source. When you click on data source, you need to click on Salesforce Marketing Cloud, which is view attribute. When you click on view attribute, it show you all the Marketing Cloud objects like a lead, opportunity, contact, account, code, product, and so on. Whatever the so now it's your business. You are asked to the business from whom you are doing implementation for the Marketing Cloud, and you need to ask like what are the objects and what are the attribute I need to uh, capture from CRM to Marketing Cloud. Because if you override all the data that exist in CRM and you wanted to sync all the information in Marketing Cloud, like all attributes, because in one object you have multiple attributes, multiple fields, so it's not recommended to sync all the information. Only recommendation is to sync necessary information that you wanted to execute through email or through journey. So here, this is the data source where you can link your objects and attribute, and it's very easy. All the fields and attributes appear. You just need to map, just like when you are doing any import in Salesforce CRM, and when you upload the file, and they ask you the mapping thing, right? In a right side, the CSV file fields, and in a left, in a left side CSV file, and right side it's Salesforce field. So you are doing one-to-one mapping. So same thing is you will be doing here when you are synchronized from CRM data to Marketing Cloud. Again, it's depend on the business need. What are the campaigns they wanted to running? So if they wanted to trigger a lead nurturing journey, so now you need to only capture or save a lead information. So when you sync that attribute should be the data should be coming into the data extension. So in Marketing Cloud terminology we call data extension, which in a database terminology we call tables. Okay, so when you click on data extension, so these kind of data extensions appear. Okay, so for example, you see the cloud page data extensions, which means like if we build a cloud page, this cloud page contains 29 fields, and we don't have any records right now. So when you have access to the Marketing Cloud instance, on later on, Sadullah will cover this topic, how to build and create the data extension. So that's very simple. Like you need to define a unique key, which is called primary key, maybe subscriber ID, or you can do an email address. Always recommended the subscriber ID because it's really important. So this is how you build the data extension. You just click on data extension, and you need to create. You click on create. When you click on create, the pop-up appear, and they ask you the data extension name, and they ask you the field. Is this field is a text field, primary field, uh, a date field, time field? So whatever field you wanted to create. This how you create a custom table. But if you are syncing any information from CRM, that automatically sync in here. When you click, um, when you open this tab, it show you the synchronize DE. Synchronize means the synchronize data from one platform to another from platform. So automatically sync all the information here. Okay. Now there is another concept we call data designer. So if you see in here, so the first tab we have data designer. So what is data designer? Let me explain you. The data designer is a place where you define, organize, and contact your data model with the customer records. So so in short, the data designer is an attribute group of attributes. So for example, you have three objects which we call like lead, contact, and account. And because in CRM terminology we have a related objects, because we have a lookup or multiple relationship from one object to another object. So if you wanted to search any information, because lead is converted to an opportunity, and opportunity create contact and account. So when we have an opportunity details, and you wanted to sync any contact and account information within the email template or within the data table, so you need to create an attribute group. So that attribute group actually create multiple inheritance with multiple object. So I have added the details also, like it's built a relationship between data, like a relational database. Ensure data is connected across channel like SMS, web, push if you are using multiple source. So when you click on data designer, this type of a screen appear when you log in marketing cloud, and then you have an option to create an attribute group. So when you create an attribute group, so there are some examples I have added, like single customer view, bring together data from CRM, EOS, loyalty, web, mobile, and etc. So for example, your customer is using CRM, they are using point of sale system also, and they have integrated loyalty program also in their e-commerce website. They have a website, they have a mobile, and so on. So they have multiple systems of data source through they are capturing customer information. Now, in data relationship, it help you to connect subscriber to relate all data. So means we have connected CRM, and in CRM we have customer subscriber key, and then we have customer data like order information, it's coming from website. We have presence, which is, let's suppose, CRM, and then we have behaviors that's coming from a mobile. Now we have a journey option in marketing cloud. So how is going to happen? You need to create a journey, and you need to connect a personalized data experience. You need to segmentation also, create a targeted audience by filtering across related data sets. Now here is a use case so you guys more understand. So let's suppose your customer have e-commerce brand website, and they use data designer to connect. So data designer, this is the option. So now we have a contact record which called subscriber key. So we have a contact, the subscriber key, customer ID 123, and then we have order DE, means in marketing cloud we have four DEs. D means tables. We have four tables, and each table have a separate database, separate field, separate attributes. So now the first record, it's subscriber key DE. The second table we have order data extension, in which we have all purchases customer data. The third one we have loyalty, which means for those customer who purchases and earn some points. The fourth one is presence DE, which means the customer is show their preferences, either is opt out or they wanted to subscribe the email or no. So how is supposed to help data designer? Data designer collab all these four data extension together. Okay, so with this model, a marketing can segment all customer with have more than five orders and loyalty points like more than 500. Okay, so if this requirement is coming from your business side, you can create one more group attributes that collect all information together in one single attribute. Okay, like order information, loyalty information, customer records, and customer preferences also. And then how you execute it, you can execute through journey builder. Okay, so this is also an important topic in marketing cloud, which is data designer, where you can collect all the customer information in an attribute group. Now we talk about a content builder. So content builder is a part where you can build your email templates. So for example, if someone asks you to build a newsletter email template, or someone asks you to build a back to school campaign, they give you a design through Figma, Asset, Canva. The client can use any of the platform. So when they give you the design, your responsibility to capture all the assets and then build an email template in content builder. Okay, so content builder is an option. So when you log in it, on right top you see an option create. So when you hit on create button, so a lot of options appear. You have an email template, content block, mobile app, and upload, where you can easily upload your assets. I'm not going to in depth because each option have their own capabilities. It's better to cover during the hand-on experience. But just give you an overview. So when you click on email template, so you have an option to paste your HTML code, or either you can select an existing template. Okay, the content block means uh, there is an also option like you build a block means when you open an email, in an email we have multiple blocks like a header block, a bottom block that contains three columns, then we have a text block. So for example, if you are running a campaign and that block it's utilizing in other campaigns too, So you don't need to create an email template again and again. So what you're going to do, you can create a content block. That block contains a banner, and that banner can be utilized in many emails. The good example is when you design an email template, your footer and header always same in all email campaigns because it's a brand identity. So you don't need to design again and again header and footer. You just need to create a block. That block contains, you can create a name like header block and then footer block. That block you can create it, and then in later of your campaigns you can utilize that block. Just copy the link and place that block within the email template. So it's a less effort required, one time effort for creating this, and after that you can utilize the same header and footer in your new email or campaigns. So this is the concept for content blocks. Then mobile app, like in mobile app, if you wanted to send a push notification, anything, so you can design also here. So I'm talking about how we can utilize the existing template. So when you go to the email template and then you see the options existing templates, when you click on it, these are the existing templates appear. So what does it reflect is, so you see the existing template, it's 1 3 1 column means one column, and then three column you see 1 2 and 3, and then one section. This is 1 2 3 column means there is a one header, and you see at the bottom 1 or 2 columns and then 3 columns. So this is how we have multiple designs, like layout is already pre-built that you can select and started your email template. So for example, if I have select a first option like this one, so you see the option is up here. We have a logo at top, you can place it easily. Here you can place a banner. There is a the H1 heading, and then we have a small heading, we have a button, and then at the bottom we have 3 column image section. So when you open the content builder, on left hand side you see a couple of options. We have a button, we have a code snippet, forms, html, image block. So it's a drag and drag, it's a visual builder. Means when you select any option and you wanted to place here, it automatically replace. We have a text option, right? And then if you click on it, the editor options appear, and you can easily upload or update the text easily. We are not going to be do an hand-on experience right now because it will design for the later session. Each module have their own session, so we don't want like it should be overwhelming. So right now I'm just give you the flavor how the content builder is work. Now the third thing is journey builder. So journey. So we talk about two things. We talk about a data management. In our previous session, I have already explained you in Marketing Cloud we have three main pillars. One is audience, which means data management, from whom we need to send an email. So first we need to create an audience. The second part is we need to create an email templates. Now the third module is journey. We have audience, we have email template design, but how we can send this email to the audience through Marketing Cloud. So the tool is Journey Builder. So when you click on Journey, so this like an option is appear, and then on right hand side you see the create new journey option. So in Marketing Cloud they always follow the rules. On right left top you always see the options for creating a new things, right? Like creating a data extension, creating an email templates or a journey. So always create options is in right top. So when you click on write, create a new journey, so this kind of options appear. Okay. So it asks you, you wanted to create a single step journey, single send journey, or transactional journey. So the multi-step journey means you send a first email, then you add some delays, 2 or 3 days, and then after that you send another email. So it's a called multi-step journey. Single send means that journey contains only one email template, and then you can close that journey. Transactional means if any trigger is happen, means if you guys familiar of the e-commerce terminology, so we have multiple transactional emails like order purchases, e-receipt, abandoned cart, abandoned browse, and so on. So whenever any customer have purchased any product, that event is occur, so which we call API events. So when events is occur, marketing cloud captures those event, and simultaneously he send an order confirmation email, or after order confirmation they send an e-receipt email. So in we call transactional emails. So this is also, if you have those kind of emails that need to be configured directly from your e-commerce platform, any other third party source, you can consume the API. So these are the three options appear. So I'm just explaining the option is multi-send journey. So when you select on this, this type of a screen appear to you. Like this is how. So on left hand side, we have a lot of activities that we can perform. So first activity is entry source. So we have eight entry source available in Marketing Cloud right now. Maybe they can increase more in future, but right now we have eight entry source. The first one is API events. So for example, you just click on it and drag here. So this activities appear here. Once it's appear here, you need to do some configurations because it's an API events. What are the API? It's consuming the data. So it's automatically create a data table in Marketing Cloud. The second one is cloud page. So means we build some cloud pages, which I have explained you earlier in a previous session. In Marketing Cloud, we have an options available: create custom cloud page. Sometime we call create a survey. There is a multiple options like a form or unsubscribe page. So these kind of data source we can also place here. The third one is data extension, which I have just explained you. The data extension is just a table in Marketing Cloud that contains all the customer information and attributes. So usually we use data extension. Just click on it and drag here. So through which you can select the audience. So for example, if we need to target a lead object, we can select lead object, and then we can select a criteria based on the status, and then we can create a journey flow. Then we have event. Event is also if anything has happened and you are consuming the API, then you can trigger the email based on that. Then we have in-app message event. It's these are the use in-app message, mobile app, or push messages. These are used for the mobile configuration. When you have a mobile enablement in Marketing Cloud, then we can use these three options. The last one is Salesforce data source. So for example, CRM and Marketing Cloud, now it's connected together. And if any of the information is sync from your ERP system to CRM, so through which you can directly drag this activity here, and it show you your CRM information directly. So for example, if you have like some product object in CRM, and you wanted to send an email if someone buy the specific product, so what you're gonna do, you just place this activity here, and you can select a product object, and then you can select a type, like this type of product is if someone buy, then you can send an email. So it's directly communicating with your CRM data, and then send an email. Now, because I just capturing the screenshot, so entry source eight types, and below the entry source, these are the options appear on left hand side. The first option is message. So message activity, again, if you can just drag and place the message. So email means like this as like email box, you can add your email which you have designed. Okay, this is a simple one. Then we have flow controls. So flow controls, also the options exist in journey module. So we have multiple flow controls, because once you have a login access for Marketing Cloud, so you can more better understanding for each specification, but I can just quickly brief you. So first we have a decision split. So we can add a decision split. Either we create some boolean attribute or decision if the customer have buy this service, like by the mobile phone, then it's trigger the email. If the customer did not buy the mobile phone, then send a promotion email. So this is how you can do some decision split based on the customer attributes and data. Then we have engagement split. So engagement split capture the customer, how much customer have opened the email, click on the email, and so on. We have a joined option, which means if you created a journey and you wanted to join the journey in any of the path, this activity will help you to join a path to another path. We have path optimizers. So path optimizer means we can split the audience, and also we can see like how much path we need to send, how much email. And same for the process of random split. So random split means when you build, and this is the concept I think must need to understand who is working on first time in marketing cloud. So always a best practice, because when you set up a marketing cloud instance and you are running a first journey, so it's not always recommended you send an email for 1000 audience or 1 lakh audience in a one flow. So you must need to be split the audience. So for example, if you have 1000 audience, you need to split in 200 200. So you need to place this splitting option, and it's automatically split like 20% off. Okay, so there is a 5 flows, the same activity 5 flows appear, and you can send in a different days. One flow you can send today, second is tomorrow, and day after tomorrow. So one journey will be completed in 1 week, because we need to maintain some IP reputation. So that's topic we cover after this journey builder. Okay. Now we have other options like wait by attribute. They can wait until the attribute is updated. Wait by duration means if you wanted to send an email some after certain days, or after a certain date, it's a wait until date. So you can trigger the journey or trigger the email based on the certain days. The duration means how many days we need to wait. Two, 1, 2, 3, so on. There are multiple options. Wait until events. So if any events happen, wait until app events, which means a mobile application, when you have a mm, like mobile app configure. And then we have until push. So these last two option, wait until in app or wait until push event, that can be utilized for mobile studio. Now we have other options available. So these all options, including this entry source, appear on left hand side when you open the journey. So other options, we have customer update, which means personalized activity and update contact. This auto utilize if you wanted to update any information. So for example, you have sent an email, and then in CRM contact object you wanted to update the status sent. So you can use this activity, and then you have created the field in CRM like email status. So once this email sent, it automatically update the status sent. Okay, so this is how you can directly update any information in marketing cloud. So there is no human intervention. The email sent, the sales rep automatically receive a notification like this email is sent, or create a task. These are the options available also. So in service and sales cloud option, you can update the account, you can update the campaign member, you can create a case also. If we send an email or if we receive a complaint, now we can update the contact object also. We can convert lead also. If you wanted to update any information in lead object, you can also update the lead. You can track object activity, same for opportunity and same for task. If you wanted to update your sales rep, like this customer have received the email and you need to follow up with them, so you can create a task also. So there are a lot of business use case through which you can utilize these all the activities. That's how these activities designed to cover up all the use cases. So this is the journey builder module, and I hope it's give you a bit flavor how the journey is created. We have three type of journey settings available. What are the modules available in journey builder? We have entry source, we have message options, flow controls, customer update, sales and service cloud informations. So any questions before going to the next topic? No. Okay. So one more thing, because in our previous lecture, someone asked you the report options and how we can see it. So when you log into the marketing cloud, so at top when we have all the modules, you see the options analytics. So when you click on analytics, you see the intelligence report. So this intelligence report is very powerful. Previously, it's called Datorama, but now Salesforce add on within Marketing Cloud instance. So we have multiple options available in this. So you see, we have a dashboard. Under the dashboard, we have multiple options on left hand side, and then we have a pivot table where you can design your custom reports. And there is a report section, that reports you have designed, it's appear here. Then we have setup and data management. So in a dashboard, when you go here and when you click on, because we are not integrated WhatsApp, but you have an option to see an email overview. When you click on email overview, it's give you the comprehensive graph and a very detail based on your each email send, open, click, hard bounce, soft bounce, and which specific journey is achieved, how many target. So you have each and every performance available by default. Like you don't need to do any coding, any apply filters. By default, they have built all these dashboards for you. Okay, but if you have any client requirements that need to be designed custom reports or dashboard, then you have options also available, pivot table. Okay, so this is just a flavor I give you, the intelligence report. Now the main topic I wanted to discuss about it, because most of the marketing devs, or when you say like a marketing developer, do not focus on these small things, because it's based on my experience. Because they usually like completing their task. They receive a task for designing the email template and just create a journey and run the journey. These strategy always be important, because this is impact for your business IP. So whenever you design anything, any journey, any email templates, you need to always recommend to your customer, like we must need to be improved deliverability, and we need to do some IP warming. So before live any campaign, we need to design IP warming strategy. IP means, because remember in our last session we talked about, we have a two IP, like transactional IP and promotional IP, and we discuss about a classification, send classification, sender profile, reply mail management, which we call RRM. And so each campaign have a dedicatedly IP. If we like promoting the promotions email, we have a dedicatedly IP. If we promote the transactional email, we must have a dedicatedly IP for that, because it won't impact our email should be go to the spamming folder. Okay, so before doing anything, you need to prepare an IP warming strategy. And how you're going to do this? These are the steps. First of all, you need to clean your data. Means if you are already using any marketing instance by like a MailChimp or any other platform, and now you are moving to the Salesforce instance, first you need to see how many your customer it has like hard bounce, inactive contact, and spam. Which means we don't need to send an email for those customers who are not interested to receive an email anymore, and they are marked as a spam or they are hard bounce. Okay, the second thing is segment engaged customers, which means the starting warming with people who regularly open and click things. So for example, if there are two scenarios, either you are a new business or you already have your past data available for those customer who is your most high profile customer, they have opened your email and click on the email. So always best practice to send and target for those customer initially when you have a new IP. If you don't have these customer segmentation list, so then you need to target always a small audience. For example, if you have 1000 audience, so initially you need to send an 100 audience only, and see the data. Out of 100 audience, how many customer has shown the interest through reports, you can see open, click, and so on. Then authenticate your domain. Domain means which we have already set up, like SPF record, DAMIC, and DRAMIC, and private domain. So these are the domain tracking. And how you're gonna check it? If you open this, like search in Google DRAMIC reporting, so you can see a lot of free website also. In Marketing Cloud, I have worked one of the client, they are using Everest and Return Path. So these are the third party tools available which can plug into your Marketing Cloud instance. Through you can see your domain reputation. Okay, then we have prepare the high value content. So high value content means when you are building and designing the email templates, make sure your content should be relevant. Whatever you are sending to the customer, it should be reflect everything whatever is written. Okay, so for example, send newsletter, any updates of your product, any update or any event update. Okay, or you are offering something, so it should be your client expectation. So this is the first preparation you need to do. The second is warming schedule. So always recommended, as I mentioned, you start with the small audience. So I have highlighted you in a journey model. We have randomly split. Okay. So randomly split is a best flow which you can add. So for example, we have like 3 weeks plus campaign, and we have multiple audience. You see the audience count is more than 100K. So how you gonna split it? From day 1 to day 3, you need to send only 5K to 10K emails per day. Okay, so you need to randomly split like 5K send for day 1, 5K for day 2, 5K for day 3. Or if we wanted to target 10K, so we need to split like 3K. Okay, and one day it's 4K. So this is how you can split the audience. Then gradually you increase the count. So your total count is 100K, but you have split your campaign to the 3 weeks, and then gradually every day you are increasing the count. This is how you do the IP warming. The third execution in SFMC, the third step is you need to use a send classification. Means you need to select a dedicatedly IP, which I have mentioned you. Either it's a promotional email or a transactional email. If it's a promotion, you must have a dedicatedly IP. So how you gonna do this? You need an automation or journey builder. You need to create a batch or send alignment for IP warming schedule. Track which email studio means. In email studio we have a tracking options which I have explained you. You can do through intelligence also. You can monitor the deliverability rate. Like for example, in 5K to 10K first day, you have sent an email, how many you receive an open rate or bounce rate, and it's automatically. Marketing Cloud give you the flavor, and you can see after sending the details how many customer are out of 5K audience have opened the email, or how many are bounced. There are multiple reasons the bounce can be happen, like the email is not accurate, their mailbox is full, right? So there are different scenarios can happen. Your like the email is bounced. So you must need to be track these all the options. The fourth one is best practice. Always send to the engaged users. As I have mentioned, like for those users who's your past customers and have show the interest and regularly purchase something for you or regularly subscribe your services, always targeted to those audience. Avoid unengaged or old list. Means for those customers who have not been engaged with you and with your organization, with your services, do not send an email. Do not bother them again. Because if you bother him and if you are pinging always, they always give you a trouble. Like they mark an spam, they mark unsubscribe, or they email you like a forward email. Do not send me an email. So please do not send an email for those who are not engaged anymore.
And if you bother them a lot, they might report abuse you.
Sorry.
If you bother them a lot, they might also report abuse you.
Yeah, exactly. That I have also covered the compliance scenarios also, because a lot of
Yeah,
uh, uh, because during my experience I see a lot of like dev implementation partner not focusing on these small things. Always client came to you like, hey, you need to follow this, you need to follow this. So it's always
exactly,
recommended, you are working with your client and you wanted to show your reputation, you need to suggest from your side like these are the best practices we need to follow.
exactly. So,
Yeah.
Asfar, just pause here. Yaya has some questions. If Yaya, if you can ask them here.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't see the screen. So what are the question,
No
yeah, you
worries,
have?
no worries.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम असर भाई।
One Islam.
अ, असर भाई अभी कंटेंट जर्नी वाला हमें दिखाया था ना फ्लो। कैन यू प्लीज गो बैक टू दैट
Mhm.
वंस अगेन प्लीज। तो इसके अंदर हमारे पास स्टार्ट विद एंट्री सोर्स जो है, इसके अंदर हम लोग डेटा किस तरह से ले रहे होते हैं। सिंस आई हैव वर्कड ऑन अदर सेल्सफोर्स क्लाउड्स, तो उसके अंदर हम फ्लोस में कैट टैकेट्स के थ्रू किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट से डेटा ले सकते हैं। तो यहाँ पे स्पेसिफाइड प्रोडक्ट्स स्पेसिफाइड ऑब्जेक्ट्स होते हैं, जैसे आपने प्रोडक्ट्स मेंशन किए थे कि हम प्रोडक्ट्स से डेटा ले रहे होते हैं। तो इज दैट सम
मैं
सॉर्ट
बताता
ऑफ
हूँ।
ऑब्जेक्ट या
ठीक है.
इसको आप
I
एक्सप्लेन कर
got
देंगे
I
प्लीज?
got your point. Huh? I got your point. So basically, there are two options through which you can do the data. First option is data extension. Data extension is exist within Marketing Cloud instance. Okay, so means you connected CRM to Marketing Cloud, and you synchronize the information from Marketing Cloud to from CRM to Marketing Cloud with the specific objects like lead and contact and opportunity. Three objects, you synchronize it, and I have shown you the process from the data source how you synchronize it and how many fields you need to sync. Okay, but now the question is coming, you wanted to capture some data from CRM. So we have an options available, data source, Salesforce data source. So when you place this activity here, so you have multiple options. You can easily select all the objects, like whatever the objects you wanted to select, whatever the attribute you wanted to sync. That based on this data, it automatically create a data extension in Marketing Cloud. Okay, so there are two options. If the data is exist within Marketing Cloud instance, you need to select a data extension source. If the data is not exist in Marketing Cloud and you wanted to capture a data from CRM, then you need to select this source. Make sense?
गॉट इट असर भाई. यस. अच्छा असर भाई, एक और क्वेश्चन था कि हम जर्नी के अंदर इस तरह की कंडीशन भी डिफाइन करते हैं कि अगर यूजर जो है हमारी ईमेल से इंटरेक्ट कर रहा है तो हम फर्दर फिर उसको एक और ईमेल भेजेंगे.
Yes.
बिकॉज आई
Yes.
वाज वर्किंग ऑन अ प्रोजेक्ट जिसके अंदर कस्टम डेवलपमेंट थी, तो वी वर इन ट्राइंग टू इम्प्लीमेंट मेलशिप इन दैट, और हम लोग ये एस्पायर कर रहे थे कि जो हमारी ईमेल कैंपेन है वो इस तरह से चल रही हो कि अगर कोई यूजर इंटरेक्ट कर रहा हो ईमेल से, या
Mhm.
ही इज रीडिंग ईमेल जिसके लिए कुछ पैरामीटर्स होते हैं, आई बिलीव कि ईमेल कुछ देर तक ओपन रहे, तो हम अज्यूम करते हैं कि ईमेल रीड
Exactly.
कर रहा होगा
So
या
we
इंटरेक्ट
have
कर रहा होगा उससे.
engagement split. So you
तो
see the engagement split options. So for example, you
यस यस
select
भाई.
a data source, data extension, and after the data extension, you select this email template and place here. So once you place here, you see the decision split options. If you guys use the flows or Microsoft Visio, so always this rectangle blocks is called decision split, right? Decisions. So these are all the decisions. The flow control it highlighted the decision. So when you place is engagement split to here, so you have three options. So once the customer receive an email, either this customer have opened the email. This is the first engagement. So Marketing Cloud automatically capture the customer have opened the email or no. The customer have click on they have opened the email but did not click any of the content. So you can also capture like either they have clicked on it or no. Okay, and they have clicked on a specific link, means in the email you have multiple links. If you wanted to capture an interaction based on the button event, or in an email you have a calendar event to schedule some call with you. So if they don't, if they so you can like capture the engagement with different scenarios. So you have sent an email and you place the decision split, and you see if the customer have opened the email but did not click it. After 2 days, you can send one more email, follow-up email, like, hey, you have opened the email but did not click or did not contact us. Here is the upcoming events you need to follow us. The second is the customer have opened the email but did not click on the meeting link. So then you need to, in a decision split, there is one more path. You can add one more email. Hey, you have opened the email but did not schedule a meeting with us. Please, here is the direct link. You can schedule it. Okay. So these are the options available in Marketing Cloud. So you can easily capture.
गॉट इट असर भाई, थैंक यू. असर भाई, वन लास्ट क्वेश्चन कि लेट्स से हम ईमेल जर्नी पूरा डिफाइन कर देते हैं
Mm-hmm.
और हम प्रोडक्शन पे डिप्लॉय भी कर देते हैं, एंड देन द क्लाइंट कम्स एंड सेज के मुझे एक और स्टेप ऐड करना है, या लेट्स से वो हमने पहले ये ऐड नहीं किया था
Mm-hmm.
इंटरेक्शन वाला जो कंपोनेंट था, एंड देन
Mm-hmm.
क्लाइंट वांट्स कि हम इसके अंदर ये चीज देखें कि यूजर जो ईमेल से एंगेज हो रहा है नहीं हो रहा, तो विल द जर्नी विल द जर्नी स्टार्ट्स अगेन, मतलब हम जब
Good
दोबारा से
question.
इसको एडिट करके डिप्लॉय करेंगे तो,
Good question. So in
या फिर ये.
Marketing Cloud options is available when you already build the journey. So always best practice, because I don't मेरे पास मार्केटिंग का इंस्टेंस नहीं, वरना मैं आपको शो कर देता है लाइव. Because मेरे पास that access actually it's only for the client. If someone have partner community access, so they have Marketing Cloud instance access. Abdullah will show you, but I can explain you how you can resolve this. So when you build the journey, the first step is you need to validate your journey. So in Marketing Cloud Journey Builder, and here is a right top option available to validate. Okay. So first you validate the part if the logic you have defined, it's working as expected or no. And then there is an option available, activate. So once it's activated, the enter criteria, entering the leads and sending an email. Now after 2 days, your client is coming and say like, hey, we missed the one step or one email, it's incorrect, or you wanted to update any information. So marketing cloud journey maintain a versioning. So you can create as many as versions, the same journey flow. So on a right top, I didn't capture the screenshot, but here at right top you see the version options, and then you can duplicate the entire flow to the second version. Okay, and do your edit and tweaks easily. Okay, so once you create a new version here within the same journey, you don't need to create a new journey from scratch. Even marketing cloud journey options also offer you can duplicate the journey within the new journey, but you are creating a version because that version required some update. So you need to create a new version. This is version 1 and your new version is version 2. In version 2 you have add one more email or add one more path or any conditions, and then the version 2 you need to pause, if I am correctly, because in marketing we have two options, pause and stop. Okay, if you stop, that version is actually not sending an email, so you need to pause, I think. And once you pause, and you need to activate the second version. Okay, so why we are doing this? Because for those who already enter in a journey flow, they receive the email path, no more enter in a version 1, all the entry should be go to the version 2. Okay.
ऑलराइट सभी सभी
uh,
जो जितना भी हमारा डेटा होता है ये स्टोर हो रहा है मार्केटिंग क्लाउड के अंदर हमारे पास
yes,
कि इरिस्पेक्टिव के हम डिफाइन करें एंगेजमेंट वगैरह के मॉड्यूल्स विद इन आवर डोनर जर्नी और नॉट
सारी चीजें मार्केटिंग क्लाउड में स्टोर हो रही होती हैं.
ठीक है थैंक यू सभी
चलो, मैं ज़रा टॉपिक कवर कर लूँ, 10 मिनट रहते हैं. So we talk about the IP warming strategy for improved deliverability. So last thing I just need to capture for monitoring and adjustment. We need to make sure if the open rate drops significantly, like customer did not open the email or did not showing the engagement, we must need to slow down the volume. So for example, the first 3 days we target like we need to send a 10K emails within 3 days, but within 2 days we see we have a very less open rate, although we have sent more than 50% audience. So we must need to be slow down the count. We need to stop the journey and then create a new version and then reiterate this decision spread. If bounce or complaint rate is a spike, means stop. We must need to stop the we must need to pause the journey and clean the list. Always recommend, like as I mentioned, we use return path and validity tool. These are the tools. If you google it, return path or validity tool, these tools are available, and it's connect with your marketing cloud orgs to maintain the deliverability rate. Okay, so it's a return path and validity tool. So these are the best practice and always recommended when you have a big client or big audience. Must need to do a IP warming. Before IP warming, do not send an email through marketing cloud instance. Now there is another concept, we use seed list. This seed list is really important. And what is seed list? Seed list actually, it's a group of a list of users who can review the emails. So seed list can be your internal organization, high management list, right? So for example, your organization have multiple departments and you need an approval for multiple departments before going live or any campaigns. Because this is how the organizations work. If you have a big companies and it's any promotions going on, let's suppose a brand like denim, like Tommy Hilfiger and Calvin Klein. So they have a promotions available 50% from their shirts, and they wanted to launch a campaign. So that campaign should be required approval from multiple departments and and then last approval should be a marketing head, right? So what seedless concept is covered? So usually belongs to your marketing team, stakeholders, or monitoring tool that includes every email sent. So this seed list it's just like a check before going a live campaign. So how the check is work? So you can create a data extension just like I have said, and this data extension contains um, your high management email addresses. Okay, so uh, before going any live campaign, you need to send an email to that list. So all the recipient receive the email and review it, thoroughly check either this email is appear on correctly in Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo, AOL, multiple email engine appears, because you don't know like how many customers are using which email engine. So must need to be checked this email is appear properly or no. So confirm that the email was delivered successfully. This is it's a major for seed list. Verify link. Each link is working, because sometimes happen because when you assign any task to the developer, and sorry to say, they do a mistakes. They copy paste a link, or they forget about the href. They forget about the image. If they forget about the fallback scenario, if the link is down, what should be appear on that link, right? Subject line issue, dynamic content issue. So seedless concept, it's a monitoring and verify the email before going live to the audience. Okay, why use a seed list? It's the same. The first is what is seed list, and then second is why use a seed list. The seed list is maintain a quality assurance, inbox placement monitoring, either this email is received in a mailbox or a spam folder. Okay, and then internal approval required, which I have already mentioned you the stakeholders, and the deliverability testing. Okay, seed list in SFMC Marketing Cloud. How you gonna work? As I have explained you need to create a data extension, add the seed list audience to the journey builder, and then maybe your organizations and integrated deliverability tools like return bar and validity. So there are two things you can do. Either in seed list you can add your internal organization or like email addresses, and also you can use deliverability tools. So I didn't mention these tools, and sorry to say, but I can explain you. There are two tools I have been work on it, which is one is Litmus, Litmus. So Litmus is a built-in tool available in Marketing Cloud, but the organization need to buy their subscription and services. The second is Asset. So these two tools that capture your deliverability, and it show you the preview. So for example, when you are sending an email to the customer, you don't know like the customer have opened the email. It's in Outlook desktop, because each email engine have multiple versions. Like you have like Gmail, you have Yahoo, you have AOL, we have Outlook. Outlook have multiple desktop versions like 2023, 24, 25. You need to preview the email in dark mode, because a lot of old age people in US and other markets, they set up their email engine in a dark mode. So you need to check the email deliverability in a dark mode also. They open the email on mobile version, so they have a multiple mobiles. Some of them have iPhone 16, iPhone 14, 13. They have a Samsung S22, and they open the email in Samsung device by using Gmail or Outlook. You don't know, so you need to check the email preview in all email devices. So the Litmus and Asset tool, it show you the preview in all devices, rather than you are manually open the email in each devices. What services they provided, Litmus and Asset, they provided you the email address. That email address you added in your seed list, and when you send in an email, it's and then you log into the Litmus or Asset, they capture all the browsers preview to you, so you can verify all the browsers. Okay, so this is a very helpful tool. Now, this is another important topic that recently highlighted the abusing and sue process. So, this is our last topic, I believe, email and data compliance regulations, and this is really important because many of the organizations follow this practice, and some of them not. But it's necessary when you are using any marketing tool. The consent is really important. Consent means when you go to your website, you always see the options appear like accept cookies, right? on a website, or when you subscribe any information, there is a checkbox you consent to receive an email. Because if, for example, in USA, the regulation follow can spam. Okay, so can spam terminology use like email opt out. So for example, if I am purchasing something from US website and I am a new customer, and I just purchase anything, like I purchase some product like a basketball. After purchase, they send me an order confirmation email, e-receipt email, and so on. But after that, it if I have continuously receiving the promotional emails without my consent, so it's a rules and regulation they are not follow, and I have a right to to sue that brand. Apparently, it's around per email 43,000. Okay, so which means whenever, and the big companies always follow these rules. So which means whenever they are promotioning any email to me or sending an email to my mailbox, they always do my consent. Okay, so maybe they send me an email like, we wanted to send you a promotion email, are you agree with that? So I need to check box. Or maybe you guys are like have an experience when you go to any website and you subscribe a newsletter or any promotion services, they give you an option to accept the consent, they give you an option to click on checkbox. Okay, so this is really important. Without consent, if they are sending you an email, the end party have right to like claim this amount. Okay, so most of the big companies always follow this rule. Okay, if they don't have these consent options, you as a marketing consultant, you always need to recommend them. Okay, and how it's gonna work? It's gonna work same. So for example, let's take an example related to the CRM so everyone can easily understand. So in CRM, client have request you to build a web to lead form. Okay, and web to lead form, it's a form where you are capturing the lead information. But that lead information, it's for the processing of customer lead nurturing email. Like they have a lead, the sales rep contact them, and they are show some interest on that, and then that lead is converted to an opportunity. Okay, this is the happy scenario. But if the company wanted or your client wanted to send an email to that lead, like a promotional email, then before sending an email to that lead, you must need to do a consent. How you going to do this? So when you create a web to lead form and your client want that lead to be promoted in future, like for multiple emails, so what you're going to do this within the form, you need to create a checkbox or a boolean value, true or false, like opt-in. Okay, explicitly opting means like, when they fill out the form, they select the option like I'm okay to receiving an email, they select an option opt-in. If they select opt out means no, then you don't need to send a promotion email, because their recommendation is I don't want to receive an email from your business. Okay, so once you capture that information from the CRM, now you have a lead record. That lead record have the information like this customer wanted to receive a promotion email or no. Based on the true and false value, you can filter the audience and send a promotional email. Okay, this is how the main concept work. Sometimes happen like customer have do the unsubscribe also, which means they are opt out forcefully. So then you need to maintain the record, because in marketing cloud you have options. You can see how many are unsubscribed or how many customer are subscribed. So based on this, you need to write an automation and update their information within CRM instance or within marketing cloud instance. Do not send an email, because if you are sending an email again and again and again, those people who are aware of this compliance, they can easily claim that amount to the customer, to the business. So give you an idea, regulations in US, we have can spam. So can spam, it's opt out, no prior consent required, but must honor unsubscribe, which means if the customer, based on my understanding, if the customer opt out, opt-in is not required. But if the customer is opt out and after opt out you are continuously sending an email, then they have right to do this. In EU region, which means Europe, we have a GDPR, which is explicitly opt-in is required. Means without opt-in, you cannot send an email to any of the customer, and they have a right to send up to 20 million, which is 4% globally turnover. In Canada, we have Castle compliance, we call Castle, and it's also express opt-down is required. Okay. In UK, we have PECR if you are working in any of the UK client. So it's opt-in is also required with limited B2B exceptions. There are might be some exception, but I don't go in deep dive. You can Google it also. In California, in USA, we have CC Kappa and CPRA, which called opt out or for of sales of data, no opt out in for emails. There are multiple validations. In Brazil, we have LGBT. Then we have Spam Act in Australia, which is required. Opt in is required. Singapore PDPA opt-in is also required. SOC2 internal standard, which not a marketing law, but it's a non-compliance for loss of certification. Then also we call HIPAA. HIPAA actually for USA health sector. If your organization is running like health promotions or health campaign, or you are working with health industry sector for marketing cloud, opt-in is also required for the communication. So this is I think I try my best. This is the last slide. Okay. Okay. This is the last slide. Just quickly wanted to I think cover because we have over 10 minutes. So key requirement for CAN spam compliance. If you case CAN spam or maybe for all the regulations, how you gonna do this? These are the key 7 points that you need to make sure like you are compliant. The first one is from to and reply field must be accurate, which means you are sending an email from which address to and then reply mail management. Sender domain must be valid and not spoof it. Okay. Now subject line must be reflect your actual contents. Like if you are sending an email to the customer and it's a promotional email, your subject line should be reflect to the specific promotions. No clickbait or misleading statements. Okay. Which means if your subject line say like here is a 50% off, and when you open the email and your email say 40% off, again your customer can have options to claim to 50% because your subject line reflect 50% off rather than 40%, and your company must need to give them 50% off. Like again, if it's promotional email, it must clear that this all our conversation which I have already explained you, clear that it's a promotion email. Then include a valid physical postal address. Whenever you are sending an email to the customer, your address always accurate, and marketing cloud follow this rule. Without putting the official address your organization, you cannot send an email. So in the footer section, you must need to add your postal address and your company address. Then must provide a visible unsubscribe link. It's also really important. In any email you have an unsubscribe link at the footer, it must be appear on it. And then you can in unsubscribe link, you must have an option like customer have easily opt out. They have options for 30 days sent. In my experience, some of the customer design unsubscribe page and also in that way, because if you just explicitly told to the customer like you can click on unsubscribe and unsubscribe all the emails, so now in future you don't have options to send any email to them. So you can build a custom unsubscribe page also where you can define the options. Either you can give an opportunity to the customer to choose any option, like either this unsubscribe for next 30 days, they subscribe only any only promotional emails, they unsubscribe from only transactional emails, or they unsubscribe from all. So now customer have options to select which options they wanted to go. Okay, rather than doing all unsubscribe from in one go. And then again, opt out promptly, unsubscribe must be processed within 10 business date. And you need to monitor through third party vendor. Like if you hire any marketing agency and sending your behalf, you must need to be tracked either they follow the compliance or no. So I think that's all. I try my best to cover all the topics. Uh, means I try to cover a basic end-to-end concept for Marketing Cloud uh, before doing the implementation, or if you are in a process of the implementation, you must have the flavor, the modules of Marketing Cloud. If you guys have any questions, anything, I saw a lot of questions. I believe I have already answered it, but if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me.
Yeah, as per yeah, Imran had a question. What risk exists in IP warming if not done correctly?
Imran, what's the question?
He's asking if there are any risks involved in IP warming if it's not configured correctly.
uh, where is the question? Okay. I'm reading next. Okay.
Third
What
last
risks
sentence.
exist? What risks exist if IP bombing is not done correctly? Okay. So there are many risks, Imran, as I mentioned, because if your IP bombing strategy is not accurate, because when you are using Marketing Cloud, in my last second section, it's always recommend you must need to send your like from email address, which is your domain, and because in in the front end it show you the domain, but in the back end it show the IP address, right? Because you buy that domain from your service provider, and then service provider in the back end there is a dedicatedly IP associated. So if you have a big organizations, always recommended to have a separate IP or a domain, like a sender domain, for transactional and promotional. Okay, because if anything happened to your promotional email, your transactional domain do not be went down, because transactional it's an event based occur, and it should be trigger automatically whenever any customer do the purchases. So the IP warming, it's very important to be up to mark. That's why I have mentioned like you need to follow the rules. As a rule said, always recommended, do not send an email to a big audience if you have a new IP, because you need to warm up the IP gradually. Just like it's just like a concept for SEO, search engine optimization. Because in a Google, if you have a new business, your business cannot appear at top in a first day. If you're doing there is a different concept for SEO, backlinking, and the paid campaigns, and then say the Google algorithm recognize your website and it's show up to pages, like 10 pages. So the same concept is for IP warming. So when you are sending an email to the customer, always recommended to send an email for those who already being engaged or your top-notch purchases customers. If not, then you need to send a small audience gradually. Always monitor for 2 to 3 weeks for a small audience. How many is an open rate or bounce rate, and then after that you need to design a big audience. Okay, so always is a risk, because if out of 10 of the people, 5 people are marked as a spam, then your IP rate is down. And how you monitor the IP rate? There is a tool which I have mentioned available. It's a paid tool, the validity and Everest and return path. So through tools you can see your IP, how many customer have marked as a spam or block your email, because they also have an option in the email engine to block your email. Okay.
Perfect. So, does anyone have any questions? Any more questions? I guess not. So, if anyone remembers any more questions, do ask them directly from us or maybe on the group. Me, Remsha, anyone, whatever feels comfortable. Thank you so much, Aswar. It was a really lovely session again. And the agenda of today was definitely, you started off from data management, seedless
Mm.
concepts, CAN spam compliance, IP warming, the journey builder overview. That's pretty much it, I guess. That's awesome, right? If someone does not have an idea of marketing cloud, these are the steps that can move them forward, right? It's the first step.
Exactly.
So that's exactly it. And lovely to have you again. And thank you so much for your time, your preparation, your deliverance is excellent as always. and we would love to have you back again on some with some more
No
sessions.
problem, Hassan. Thanks for your time and thanks everyone for asking the relevant questions. And I hope I try my best to deliver you what I have learned from my experience,
Absolutely.
and it's really helpful. I can share the slides over the group also, so at least you guys have an options when you're working with your clients. So always follow this guideline and then ask those questions with your clients and then do the implementation.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Asfar.
No problem.
And
Thanks,
thank
Hassan.
you, participants.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, as always. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Anyone knows how to configure Salesforce Marketing Cloud trial account?